Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK today. I hope you all are doing very well, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 12th of July 2024. So let's start with our session. The first question is, Biligiri Rangaswamy Temple Tiger Reserve recently seen in the news is located in which Indian state? Here correct answer is Karnataka. The location of this tiger reserve is Karnataka. Why it came into news? Because a 35-year-old female elephant was found to be dead at this Beluru Wildlife Range of Biligiri Ranganath Swamy Temple Tiger Reserve, and it is located in Karnataka, and it bridges the western and the eastern Ghats. Okay, so it became a tiger reserve in 2011 that covers nearly 574.82 square kilometers of area. The forest includes diverse vegetation types. Okay, so whenever any tiger reserve or any temple or any lake, ocean, mountain, anything comes into news, you have to remember its location. Okay, so location of Biligiri Rangaswamy Temple Tiger Reserve is Karnataka. Here our keyword would be tiger reserves, and in the next slide we will be revising the location of some important tiger reserves that were in news in previous few weeks. The first question is, recently a rare Indian painted frog was recently sighted at which tiger reserve of Telangana? Here answer is Kaval Tiger Reserve. Okay, you can be simply asked that what is the location of Kaval Tiger Reserve that came into news. Your answer would be Telangana. Recently, a rare four-horned antelope has been sighted for the first time in which tiger reserve of Madhya Pradesh? This is Virangana Durgavati Tiger Reserve. Okay. Recently, the Supreme Court has ordered the Rajasthan government to shutter 68 mines which are operating within a 1 kilometers range of the critical tiger habitat of which tiger reserve? So here they are talking about Sariska Tiger Reserve. Fine. Under the vulture reintroduction program by the BNHS, how many vultures were soft released into the Tadoba and the Pench tiger reserves in the state of Maharashtra? Here what is BNHS? The Bombay Natural History Society. Okay, it is one of the largest non-governmental organizations of India, and it is engaged in conservation and biodiversity research. Okay, so under this vulture reintroduction program, they have soft released 20 vultures into the Tadoba and Pench tiger reserves in Maharashtra. Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve recently seen in the news is located in which Indian state? Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve is found in the state of Tamil Nadu. Okay. Recently, which state government has announced the establishment of Mitra Van under the Vriksharopan Jan Abhiyan 2024? This is Uttar Pradesh. See option. Uttar Pradesh government has launched the Mitra Van under the Vriksharopan Jan Abhiyan 2024. Basic aim here is to plant 35 crore saplings along the UP-Nepal border, and it is coordinated by the Forest Department. The campaign will involve 35 forest divisions and the neighboring state dignitaries. Key districts include, for example, Saharanpur, then there is Lakhimpur Kheri, after that there is Maharajganj, etc. And additional initiatives like Shakti Van and Yuva Van will also be established. This campaign would be starting from 20th of July. Okay, so UP government has announced the establishment of Mitra Van under the Vriksharopan Jan Abhiyan 2024. Now in the next slide we will see some important state related current affairs. The first question is, Vadhavan Port recently seen in the news is a proposed greenfield deep sea port located in which Indian state? So this is India's ambitious Vadhavan Port project, which lies on Maharashtra coast near Gujarat, and basic aim is to become one of the world's top 10 container ports. Okay, so with a projected cost of 76,220 crore rupees, it will actually handle 298 million metric tons annually, and it would feature 9 container terminals, specialized berth, rail connectivity, and onshore facilities. Basically, it will significantly expand India's maritime capacity by reclaiming 1,448 hectares of sea land, which is set for completion by the end of 2030, right? So Vadhavan port is a proposed greenfield deep sea port that lies in Maharashtra state. Khandwa forest, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? So Khandwa forest lies in the state of Madhya Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh reclaimed 100 hectares of encroached jungle used for farming, destroying illegal soybean and corn crops. So despite heavy rains, the earth moving machines and tractors were employed here, and the operation included, for example, kind of digging contour trenches and sent a strong message to the encroachers. So efforts will be continued to clear the remaining areas, and it would be followed by reforestation with seed balls and wire fencing. Fine. So a detailed afforestation plan will be prepared after reclaiming a total of 2,000 hectares of land this year. Okay. So Khandwa forest was in news these days, and it lies in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Third question is, Udaygiri and Khandagiri caves, recently seen in the news, are located in which Indian state? So President Draupadi Murmu has visited the state of Odisha. Why? For exploring this Khandagiri and Udaygiri caves in Bhubaneswar. These caves were built around 2nd century BC by the king Kharavela of Meghwan dynasty, and these are the early examples of rock cut cave tradition in Odisha. Right? So that's why it came into news. Simply we have to remember that the location of these caves is Odisha. The fourth question is, Chandravali cave, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? So this cave also lies in Karnataka, and it reveals a historical site with multiple chambers, including a puja area with a shivling, and excavations uncovered the artifacts from the Hoysala, Satavahana and the Vijayanagar dynasties. Also a rock inscription was found here from the Kadam dynasty. Fine. So this site shows connections to Rome and China as well through discovered coins, and it features paintings in organic paint. Fine. So Chandravali cave was in news, and it lies in the state of Karnataka. Recently, which state has been honored with the Best Agriculture State Award for 2024 by the 15th Agriculture Leadership Awards Committee? We have discussed this question yesterday only, and here correct answer is Maharashtra. You have to tell me who has chaired this meeting. Please write your answer in the comment section. Sentinel nuclear missile, recently seen in the news, was developed by which country? Here correct answer is A option, USA. US military is developing the LGM-35A Sentinel intercontinental ballistic missile and Air Force Global Strike Command. Okay, so this new ballistic missile will replace the 400 LGM-30 Minuteman III missile, which is in service since the 1970s. The Sentinel features digital engineering, modular architecture, and a W871 thermonuclear warhead. It has a range exceeding 5,500 kilometers, and it can hit any target globally within just 30 minutes. Fine. So Sentinel nuclear missile was developed by USA. Now here our keyword is missile, and in the next slide we will see some important missiles that came into news. The first question is, Iron Dome Akash surface to air missile, recently seen in the news, was indigenously designed and developed by which organization? Iron Dome Akash surface to air missile has been indigenously developed by DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, means it belongs to India. Okay. Recently, which country successfully test fired an air to surface anti-radiation missile named as Rudram 1? Rudram 1 is also a air to surface missile of India. Fine. You have to remember that it is air to surface missile, not air to air, not surface to air, not surface to surface. Okay. Caliber cruise missile, recently seen in the news, was developed by which country? Caliber cruise missile has been developed by Russia. What type of missile system is the Javelin, recently seen in the news? Javelin is basically man-portable anti-tank guided missile. Fire Dragon 480, recently seen in the news, is a tactical ballistic missile of which country? It is a tactical ballistic missile of the country China. Panchganga river recently seen in the news is a tributary of which river? Here answer is Krishna river, that is C option. Panchganga river that lies in Kolhapur is rising and it may very soon cross the 39 feet warning level. That's why it came into news. This is a kind of ancient river and it is the tributary of Krishna river, which originates from the Sahyadri mountains in Maharashtra. It is formed by the confluence of 5 rivers: Kasari, Kumbhi, Tulsi, Bhogavati and Saraswati. Okay, so this river, which joins the Krishna at a point named as Kurund Vad, supports fertile valleys but faces increasing pollution from untreated sewage in Kolhapur. Okay, so Panchganga river is a tributary of Krishna river. Now in the next slide we will see important rivers that came into news. The first question is, Teesta river recently seen in the news originates from which glacier? So it originates from the Pahunri glacier. Okay, and why this river came into news? Because West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee expressed the concerns over the water scarcity of Teesta river in summer and overflow during the monsoon, and she emphasized the need to renew the Farakka Treaty. That's why this river came into news. Fine. Also, it originates from the Pahunri glacier in the Sikkim Himalayas, and the Teesta river flows through different states like Sikkim and West Bengal, and then it goes to Bangladesh country as well, joining the Brahmaputra. So it is known for its turbulent flow, and Teesta has 414 kilometers of length and it has a drainage area of 12,540 square kilometers. Okay, so Teesta river originates from Pahunri glacier in Sikkim. Gandaki river recently seen in the news is a left bank tributary of which river? Gandaki river is a left bank tributary of the Ganga river. Which state government has recently established a 9-member committee to investigate the contamination of the Kaveri river? This is the state of Karnataka. They have recently formed a 9-member committee so as to examine the contamination of Kaveri river. Saryu river recently seen in the news flows through which Indian states? So Saryu river flows through 2 states predominantly. The first one is Uttarakhand and second is UP. Which 2 states recently signed an agreement for the implementation of the 72,000 crore rupees Parbati Kali-Sindh Chambal river linking project? These 2 states are Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Recently, Tata Power Solar Systems Limited has launched the Ghar Ghar Solar Initiative in which Indian state? So here correct answer would be Uttar Pradesh, that is C option. Tata Power Solar Systems Limited has launched the Ghar Ghar Solar Initiative project in Varanasi to promote the clean energy, and about 10 lakh homes can install the rooftop solar systems, benefiting from up to 1,08,000 rupees in subsidies under the PM Surya Ghar Yojana. Okay, so using advanced bifacial panels, installations take just 7 days, and a typical 3 kilowatt system can save the households up to 27,000 rupees annually, and it allows net metering for extra saving. Okay, so Tata Power Solar Systems Limited has launched the Ghar Ghar Solar Initiative in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Now in the next slide we will see some important initiatives. The first question is, Jaiv Gramam campaign, which is a new initiative to promote organic farming, recently launched in which Indian state? This campaign has been launched by the state of Kerala. Purpose is to promote organic farming. School in a Box initiative recently seen in the news is associated with flood affected children of which northeastern state? This is the state of Assam. Okay. Nature Africa initiative recently seen in the news is related to which organization? This initiative belongs to European Union. Business Responsibility and Sustainability Reporting Initiative recently seen in the news has been introduced by which organization? Answer is SEBI, Securities and Exchanges Board of India. Recently, which ministry has launched the Safai Apnao Bimari Bhagao initiative under Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0? So this initiative belongs to Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Okay. The next one is, which organization recently released the report Planet on the Move, Reimagining Conservation at the Intersection of Migration, Environmental Change and Conflict? So this is the report from IUCN, and in this report they have emphasized the need for a new conservation approach amidst the migration, environmental challenge and conflict. So it highlights the nexus between these factors, and they have requested integrated policies for human and wildlife migration. Recommendations include, for example, addressing the migration and development needs while preserving the biodiversity, creating legal mechanism so as to protect the environmental migrants, and enhancing the synergies between the laws for intersecting the migrations. Okay, simply we have to remember that this report has been published by IUCN. In the next slide, we'll see important reports that were in news. First question is, which government agency recently released the report titled as Improving the Culture of Research and Development in State Universities and the Institutes? So this report has been published by Niti Aayog. Which organization recently released the report titled as Aid for Trade in Action, Supporting the Transition to Clean Energy? This is the report from World Trade Organization. Which organization recently released the Migration and Development Brief Report? Usually people think that this report has been published by International Organization for Migration, but no, this is the report from World Bank. Okay, and there are two more reports from World Bank that were in news these days. The first one is Global Gas Flaring Tracker Report. It was published by World Bank. The second report is Global Economic Prospects Report. Okay, both of these reports are published by World Bank. Which organization recently released the World Drug Report 2024? This is United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. According to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development report, India dropped to what position in 2023 in terms of FDI inflows? In terms of FDI inflow, we have come to 15th position. Okay. Next question is, recently which state becomes the first state in the country to adopt an action plan for road safety for the next 10 years? So this is Rajasthan. Rajasthan is the first Indian state to adopt a 10-year road safety action plan. Basic aim here is to reduce the road accidents by 50% by the end of 2030, and it was announced by Deputy Chief Minister Prem Chand Barwa. Okay, so this policy will actually raise the public awareness and it would encourage compliance with the road safety rules. The World Bank will assist in developing the plan, which will be implemented in 3 stages, and it would focus on the speed limits, safe distances, traffic signals and the pedestrian safety. Okay, so Rajasthan is the first state of country to adopt an action plan for road safety for the next 10 years. Let's see some important international current affairs. First question is, recently Dick Schoof has been appointed as the Prime Minister of which country? So he is the new Prime Minister of country Netherlands. Which country hosts 46th session of UNESCO World Heritage Committee? Answer is India. Recently which country successfully test fired an air-to-surface anti-radiation missile, the name of which is Rudram 1? So already we have discussed this question, I think. Here answer is India. Recently Sir Keir Starmer has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of which country? He is the new Prime Minister of UK. Which country recently hosted the Global India Artificial Intelligence Summit 2024? This summit was hosted by India. Okay. The next question is, Navu Manujaru program recently seen in the news is associated with which Indian state? Correct answer here is C option, Karnataka. The Karnataka government is launching this program in all the primary and the high schools this year, and the program involves weekly 2-hour sessions that would be focusing on social harmony, festivals and the folk games along with sports. So it will include the discussions on social reformers, local landmarks and constitutional values. District level nodal officers will oversee the implementation, and this initiative aims to transform the schools into the centers of social harmony, tolerance and scientific temper. Okay, so Navu Manujaru program is associated with Karnataka. In the next slide we will see important schemes that came into news. First question is, which state recently launched the NTR Bharosa pension scheme? So this scheme has been launched by Andhra Pradesh state. Recently which state government launched the Mukhyamantri Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme? This scheme belongs to Rajasthan. Which state government recently introduced the first witness protection scheme for better justice delivery? This is the state of Assam. Which state government recently launched the Mukhyamantri Majhi Ladki Bahin scheme? So this scheme belongs to Maharashtra. And last is, which state government recently launched Mannu Yir Kathu, Mannu Yir Kapum scheme to improve the soil health? This is the state of Tamil Nadu. Okay. The next question is, recently the Exim Bank has entered into an agreement with which country to provide a line of credit worth $2.5 million for the installation of a solar photovoltaic power plant. So Exim Bank, which stands for the Export-Import Bank of India, they have agreed to provide $2.5 million line of credit to the country Guyana. Why? For installing a solar photovoltaic power plant at the Chedi Jagan International Airport. So this deal became effective on 24th of June, and disbursements under this credit line will be allowed until 48 months after the project's completion, according to the Reserve Bank of India. Fine. So here correct answer is C option, that is Guyana. Now in the next slide we will see important installations. First is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, being CSIR, as a part of Earth Day celebrations, recently installed India's biggest climate clock at which place? So India's biggest climate clock has been installed in New Delhi. Okay, and when do we observe the Earth Day? Answer is 22nd of April. You have to tell me what is the theme for this year. Next is, recently where was the world's first Vedic clock installed? The world's first Vedic clock has been installed in India, in Ujjain, in the state of Madhya Pradesh. According to the Solar Policy 2024, what is the targeted installed capacity of solar power in Delhi by the end of 2027? Here answer is 4500 megawatt. Recently, which state has won the award for maximum wind power installed capacity? This is Gujarat. Bahubali, the world's first 200 meters long bamboo crash barrier, has been installed in which Indian state? This is the world's first 200 meters long bamboo crash barrier, and it was installed in Maharashtra state a few months back, if you remember. Okay. The last question is, recently the Government of India has designated which ministry as the nodal ministry for the Hajj committee? Here answer is Ministry of Minority Affairs. The government has designated Ministry of Minority Affairs as the nodal ministry for the Hajj committee by replacing the Ministry of External Affairs. This is an extremely important question. Okay. So new rules have been introduced now, and officers from the Ministries of External Affairs, Home Affairs, Finance and Civil Aviation will be nominated as the ex officio committee members. Okay. Previously, the Ministry of External Affairs managed the Hajj Pilgrimage Administration under the Hajj Committee Act of 2002. So two things you have to remember. Which is the new nodal ministry for Hajj committee? Answer is Ministry of Minority Affairs, and they have replaced which ministry? Your answer would be Ministry of External Affairs. Okay. Now let's see some important ministries that were in news. The first question is, recently the CA Institute has initiated talks with which ministry to jointly develop an AI audit tool to track the performance of corporate India and detect the corporate frauds? This is Ministry of Electronics and IT. CA Institute and Ministry of Electronics and IT are collaborating to develop an artificial intelligence audit tool to track the corporate performance and detect the frauds, and this tool will actually help the companies remain going concern, and for this purpose they have allocated 25 crore rupees for AI tools with plans to increase the budget up to 100 crore rupees. Okay, so the correct answer is Ministry of Electronics and IT. Which two organizations recently signed a memorandum of understanding to launch the Sustainable Transport for Rural Entrepreneurs through Electric Bicycles program? So this is Ministry of Rural Development along with CESL. What is CESL? Convergence Energy Services Limited, right? So they have signed this MOU to launch Sustainable Transport for Rural Entrepreneurs through Electric Bicycle, means ISTRI program under the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission, and ISTRI aims to empower the rural women by providing green mobility via the electric bicycle. So It would definitely enhance the livelihood opportunities and the socio-economic status of women, and it focuses on renewable energy and electric mobility solutions, and it promotes the self-help group women-led enterprises in the diverse sectors. Okay, so which two organizations are involved in this MOU? First is Ministry of Rural Development, and second one is the Convergence Energy Services Limited. Right to Repair portal recently seen in the news was launched by which ministry? Right to Repair portal belongs to Ministry of Consumer Affairs. Which ministry has recently launched the Project Pari Public Art of India? So this is Ministry of Culture. Okay, and last question is Technology Development Fund Scheme recently seen in the news is a flagship program of which ministry? So this Technology Development Fund Scheme is a flagship program of Defense Ministry. Fine. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. Before concluding, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today Android application. So if you want the PDF of this lecture, you can subscribe to that course. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These are the most important current affairs and the news from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.